Howdy. So I'm just going to have a bit of a play with some knives. I just bought this Dalstrong Gladiator 8-inch chef knife. We'll have a look at that in a minute. But before we do that, just need to cut up some paper. That'll do for now. Put that over there. Let's have a look at this. This thing, I just bought it off Marketplace. People sell knives, I buy them. It's used, but this packaging is amazing. I'm not sure if you're familiar with the Dalstrong series, but this is a beautiful knife. Comes in a nice box. Have a look at this. First thing I noticed was this nice lapel badge. Check it out, man. That's going over the top. Cool. And then a customer satisfaction. Yep. Yep. What the hell? Oh, not happy. This side. Happy? This side. Cool. That's funny. Pop that over there. Then you get a nice cloth for wipage. Nice. This is incredible. These aren't that expensive, $100 and something. This is for sale. But look at this, it comes with its own sheath. It's a beautiful 8-inch, quite broad. How broad is that? It's a bit faded from use, but you can still read it. Gladiator series, premium high carbon German steel. Nice handle. This one is well used. It's even got a little logo on the pin, on the rivet. This side as well. Nice, let's test it as it is. Magnetic box lid, that's great. Oh, details. You can pause to read. 16 to 18 degrees, that's good to know. I'll probably do it at 16. The blade, 55 Rockwell, 16 to 18. The handle, laminated packer wood. Carefully hand polished. Engraved Dalstrong center rivet for added distinction. There you go. $150 US. So this is like a $200, $220 knife in Australia. Nice. Don't ask me what I paid. Let's test and see how it delivered to me. See if it's got any sharpness. Nothing really. Let's try my little trick and see if that works. added a little bit. Still a little bit catchy though, so it definitely needs a sharpen. But it improved it a little bit. Can't believe how many people got upset over my sharpen a knife with a knife video. I think that's hilarious. Let's give it a test. Let's see where we're starting with. Wow. So blunt that it ripped the wire right. That's hilarious. Okay, well, I think we've got some work to do there. That's impossible, is it? Feels like there's something there. Let's just try that again. That's crazy. Try a little bit further up the knife maybe. 725. So that is definitely blunt. All right, so let's sharpen it up and see what we can get out of it. Okay, before we get started, I wanted to measure this wheel exactly because I'm keeping track of how many knives I get from a wheel, because I've never done that before and I want to see. So it's currently at 243. 243 mil. So I've used 7 mil and I've done 5, 10, 15, 20, 25, 30, 35, 37 knives. So 37 knives in 7 mil. I'll put the maths up here. Okay. I really like this knife. It's bold, it's big, it feels great. And because it's so fat down here, it does look shorter than normal, but it is definitely a full 8-inch. Right. So good for scooping as well. So it's a nice knife. Now let's lift this up. Let's see if I can guess 32 degrees. I reckon there. So first I'll put in the millimeters exactly. 43, there it is. And I'll change this to 16. How did I go? Oh, nearly. Needs to lay back another degree or so. There it is. Okay, that's good. Make sure that's super tight. And we'll start off. Well, this wheel's been out of the water for a little while, so I'll just let it soak up again. Make sure I've got my neodymium magnet on. First we'll roughen the wheel up at 240 or so. Now, as you can see, it hasn't got a very bad edge. looks, it's just blunt. There's not too much wear down here, so I probably won't worry about that because I don't chop herbs anyway. Cool name too, Gladiator series. No burr yet. But this is interesting. You can see where I've ground it, and that silver line on the top, that's the old edge, still there. So I'm nearly there. But that's only two passes per side. No burr yet. Oh, we didn't measure it. I'll measure the thickness in a minute. Starting to get a burr now. That is a good strong burr now. Just make sure it's all along. Nope, bit missing on here. And often it's easy to go too fast around these corners. Well, that's not much of a corner, but you've got to really go slow around there, and then you can go faster there. Because as it goes around the corner, only one point is on the wheel at any time before moving to the next point, and then that point is off the wheel. Whereas when you're coming along here, a point is on the wheel for the whole entire length of the wheel and gets twice as much grinding as it does as you go around here. So go slow as you go around the corners. Nice burr everywhere. Yep. A tip could do with a little bit more on this side. Now I haven't rounded my corners on these wheels, and we've got a full a finger guard here, bolster, so I'll have to be careful as I'm getting into this corner here and just lifting off before I even get there. That looks nice. Still on the rough setting. Beautiful, even. So that's enough there. Now I'll take it down to 1000 grit using a 320 plate. And people keep asking me where I get these from, so if you're new to the channel, just go to eBay, try and find the ones that have got the black foam padding. They seem to last longer. You'll pay about 10 bucks each for them. Okay. I'll give this 2 passes on each side, that should be enough. Okay. That gives it a much nicer finish, as you'll see. Nice little sheen. That's all you need. As you can see, that bolster's now sticking up a fair bit, so if I was caring about that, I would remake it. And it looks like somebody's already had a go. I assume that these have got a fine point here, so you see how it's rounded off, so somebody's already done that. But I'm not going to worry about it because I don't do herb cutting. I might do it in the next one. Okay, so now we hone. Good burr. Some green bar. Where's Chili? Where's his bed? Hello, Chili. He likes next to the fence because the warmth of the sun on the metal gives him good feels. Now, as always, you find the burr and you polish the back of the burr first. Oh, always green. And in case you're wondering what my bar is, I use the Veritas honing compound. And I'm only going to hone on the apex, or now when I say on the apex, some people have complained that I'm too high on the apex. I'm not really up on the apex. I just find that gripping point where I know I'm on the bevel, and then I just raise it slightly just so that I can get rid of that burr as quickly as possible without too much extra grinding. and then one quite high, lightly. And then I test on the fingernail. That feels smooth but with a little bit of abrasion, so I'll give it another quick run. Then we'll finish on the kangaroo strop, but not before a test, so I'll do it before and after test. Oh, that should be fine now. Yep, much smoother. Smooth as glass. All right. And you can see that little shiny, or can you? Sometimes you can see that little secondary bevel that I put on there by honing high. There you go, see it there? Just a little bit shiny right on the top there. Right, so let's swing around and let's test it straight off the wheel. $155, which is almost good enough. I don't like to push anything out the door unless it's 155. Sorry, unless it's 150 or less. 150 being the razor sharp level. But as you can see, that's pretty sharp. Swing. Oh, we're getting swing. Okay. Not happy. But I think we can do way better than that. So let's try and get that better than 155. Let's try 10 strokes. As usual, I've lost count because I'm focusing. That feels like about 10. Then I'll do a couple of straight ones. Let's see if that's improved. Let's see if that's taken off from 155. Oh. $100. Nice. Now, what I want to see is, can we improve that any further? So let's give it some more strokage. Oops. On the kangaroo. plus a little bit of light play. Oh, swing to the max. Just light strokes. Let's see if that helped. So I'll try and beat 100. No improvement. Interesting. Let's just try again. And Dr. Vadim, when he was testing the kangaroo strop, said there's no extra benefit after 10 strokes. So that's kind of proven that. $105. Okay. In fact, it seems to have added a few little points onto that. But there's one last thing I want to try, and that is the old strop. Remember this guy? Green. This is also kangaroo leather, but look how thin it is. Right? Very thin. And I want to see if this helps. Just for our own curiosity, huh? But before we do that, let's put some greenage on. Okay, put the machine. Let's try and beat 105 or 100 actually. Worse. Interesting. Let's just check to make sure that's a real result. Oh. $155. Ha! Isn't that interesting? Well, we can't stop there. So what I'm going to do is going to go back to the kangaroo strop and see if we can get that back again, because that'll really prove some things. Or did that chrome oxide stropping ruin the knife sharp? Lighter and lighter strokes. Alright. This will be interesting. Well, it came off 155. That's a bit crooked. $139. 131. You know what I want to do before we give up on this? Is I want to try it on the hanging strop. See if that did anything. What are you thinking? Yes or no? So, trying to beat 131. Oh, before I do that, just make sure it's clean. Nope, made it worse. Let's try again. So, isn't that interesting? But, as you can see from the timeline, this video is not over yet. So I'm going to see what's it going to take to get a really good best score. And so what I'm going to do is I'm going to regrind it. And this time, I'm going to take it down to 26, which is 13 per side, and where I would take a chef's knife anyway. See if that improves it. And we'll do a light hone, and we'll do some kangaroo, and I reckon that'll get us below 80. And we'll see. So let's change the angle again. Down to 13. That's us. Now we regrind until we get a burr. Well, because it's in really good nick, I can leave it on the 1000 grit. That should take it down. Oh, actually, because I'm rebeveling, well, we'll see. I really want to try and capture that so you can see the two bevels. Oh, sun's coming in. There you go, you can see it much better there. See? New one below. And that dark grey line, that's the old bevel. And the one above that, that little silver line, that's the honing mark. So I reckon 3 or 4 more passes and we should be there. Starting to get a burr on the tip. Burrage achieved. Now pass my engineering eye over it. It's not bad. This side could do a little bit better tip. Okay, I reckon that's it. Good burr. You can see the bevel's quite larger than the last one. Okay, now we hone. Burr to the top. Smooth. So what do you reckon? Is it going to be better? Does angle play that much of a part? We'll do the same test as well. We'll do a best test straight off the wheel because not all of you have a kangaroo strop. And then we'll do a kangaroo strop test. Wow. Let's see what score we get. $138. Just run that again. $145. Trying to keep to the bevel as much as possible. Yes, I've lost count. I think there were about 5 or 6. Okay. A few little tickles on here. Light pressure. So 145. $78. Oh, that's a huge difference. That's a 50% improvement. Half the score. Just prove it again. 87. And the last one. 77. I want to get 3 70s. $74. Well, that is interesting. What does that tell us? It tells us that angle does make a difference. All things being equal, of course. You know, there's a lot of variables, but let's just presume that all the honing and that was the same. That angle makes a huge difference in the score, obviously, as you'd expect. Glidage. Oh, super quiet. Nice. And let's look at the reaction here. This should be spectacular. Nice. And down this way. That's what we want. Well, wasn't that interesting? I hope you learned something. I certainly did. What do you think of these knives? Do you like them? I do. I do. This may become my new favourite for the kitchen. I think I might even keep this one. Not for sale at any price. It's had a bit of damage on the top there. Somebody not respecting. But yeah, that is interesting. 74 best score. That's incredible. Okay, well, I'm happy with that, and I hope you enjoyed the video. If you do, give it a thumbs up. Hit the subscribe button. Where is it? Over here? No. Where is it? Over there. I don't know. Somewhere there. And let's do some more of this. If you enjoyed this, let me know, and we'll do more experiments like this and see what makes the best difference and how we can get the best scores. Thanks again. See you, Chili. Where are you, mate? Oh, there he is. Say goodbye, Chili.